Welcome back to Crypto Toro. On today's video, I would like to talk about basic attention token, and that's why I already opened up the basic attention token compared to Bitcoin chart on a daily time frame. And what we are seeing over here is that basic attention token also had a massive dump compared to Bitcoin today, and that's because of the Bitcoin crash. I personally think because all coins went down, well, most of the coins did, and that's why basic attention also went down and it broke outside of this pattern that we were seeing, and that's why I would like to draw this pattern for you. So I won't be placing this horizontal line on top of the candles shown over here, and that is especially because I personally think that that is just too high and not significant enough for basic attention token. So what we are seeing right now is an ascending triangle that was being created on the basic attention token compared to Bitcoin chart, and right now we see this current wick towards the downside that went through this level of upward sloping support, did not find support on it, is breaking through down below, and it's finding support on top, right on top of this orange box. And what is this orange box telling us? This orange box is actually a major level of support and resistance, but especially support for the current moment, especially because we had seen in the past a lot of resistance on the upper area, and as well support being created on top of the orange box. And that's why I personally think that right now we are seeing once again that basic attention token is finding support on it once more. And of course we're looking at the daily candle, so it can be possible that basic attention token will close this candle above the upward sloping support line where we already had two previous touches, as you could see over here, and actually almost a third one if you count this one as well. And we had also seen several touches on the horizontal resistance that you can see over here when it rejected, and on today's chart we saw this huge and massive candle towards the downside. So if this candle will close above this upward sloping support line, I think this pattern will still be intact, because the wick, for me personally, it does not always count, and this would be a great example. If the candle stays above this ascending support line, I personally think that the wick won't count. But how it's looking right now, it's looking actually like we will be seeing basic attention token breaking out towards the downside of this ascending triangle, even while it's a triangle that proceeds with the previous trend. And the previous trend, as you could see over here, was a uptrend, but unfortunately due to today's Bitcoin crash, lots of coins are taking massive dumps towards the downside, and that's what we are seeing right over here as well. So I will be measuring what the potential move towards the downside would be on the basic attention token compared to Bitcoin chart by selecting the beginning of the horizontal resistance line on the upper part and going all the way down towards the touch point with the ascending support line, as you can see. And what we are seeing over here is this massive move towards the downside being created, and I personally think that if this move happens, we still will be able to find support inside of the orange box, especially because we had a lot of previous data that showed us that it's a significant level of support and resistance. And that's why I personally think that if we tend to break out towards the downside, we will be seeing basic attention token trade in between of this orange box. But if it doesn't, and this wick actually goes all the way down, and we see this breakout towards the downside being created, this breakout could be a possible breakout of approximately, let's take a quick look, 26% towards the downside. But as I said before, I personally don't think that we will be seeing basic attention token go below this orange box, especially because it served as I said before, as very significant previous support and resistance. So that is just how this is looking for the moment on the Bitcoin chart, and I would like to activate the MACD before going further to the US dollar chart. And what you can see on the MACD is actually something very interesting. That is a momentum switch right over here at this particular moment being created. This means that we will see even more momentum towards the downside getting started. And if we take a look and measure where it could be possibly heading to, that's why I will be placing this trend line over here to take a look. And as you can see, if the momentum towards the downside is created, we could see a momentum on the MACD going all the way down towards this part, and that would be a huge momentum switch towards the downside. What I personally think is good about this is if after this momentum switch, basic attention token decides to still stay in range inside of this orange box, I think it won't be breaking down even further down if Bitcoin also stays where it is trading currently at, because as we saw today, it still has a lot of significance on the overall market, and that's why I think that the Bitcoin performance is also very important. But right now, I think that if after this momentum switch, basic attention token stays inside of this orange box, that would be great for this current moment. So before heading towards the basic attention token compared to US dollar chart, do not forget to subscribe to this video if you are liking this content so far, and as well, if you do not have your own personal leverage trading account, do not forget, right below in the description you will find several trading accounts where you can just click in the link down below and make your own account, and you will be able to earn up to $2,000 deposit bonus on Femix. So that's a real huge deposit bonus, so don't forget and don't miss out on this opportunity. So that's for me just right now what I wanted to show you on the channel, and of course if you like this video, do not forget as well to like this video. I would really appreciate that. And I will be heading right away back towards the basic attention token compared to US dollar chart. And what we're seeing right here is something that I already draw, and that is this over here. It is quite a pity because actually what we are seeing is a trend line that I placed, and this is just the trend line, and it's quite a significant trend line because we already had 3 touch points in the past and also the small touch point of this week, but I don't think this touch point over here is that significant, but these 3 in the past are. And what it showed us, it was the uptrend what we were seeing on basic attention token, and I was personally waiting for a retest of this previous support line or trend line as you would like to call it. And what we saw over here, that it did not find support on top of this ascending support line. It really went just right through it, and it started an actual downtrend in my personal opinion just for this particular moment for basic attention token, especially because as we could see as well on the basic attention token compared to Bitcoin chart, we saw as well this huge dump towards the downside due to today's Bitcoin crash. But I still have great news on the basic attention token compared to US dollar chart, because if I enable the 50, 100 and 200 day moving average, right now where we are currently trading at is just above the 200 day moving averages. And if you watch my previous videos, I really think these are great levels of support and resistance where you have to take a look at. And right now we are finding support right on top of it. And I think if basic attention token is able to stay above the 200 day moving average, that would be a great sign of strength on the basic attention token chart. And once it stays above the 200 day moving average for a while and trades maybe in between this level of support and resistance at, let's take a look at 81 cents, and in between the 81 cents and 97 cents, I personally think that we will be seeing basic attention token heading back above the 150 day moving average and finding support on top of those. And maybe if we look at the past, once it is trading just on top of the moving averages, you can see that when it finds support on it, a trend towards the upside is created. And that's personally why I'm still very pumped that we did not see basic attention token dropping even further below this 200 day moving average for this particular moment. And as well, why I think that this won't be happening, that basic attention token won't be going further down underneath the 200 day moving average and underneath this level of support at 81 cents, is because if I enable the RSI, what we will see immediately is that we are heading on the RSI towards the oversold area underneath the dotted line, underneath the purple area. And once the RSI goes underneath the purple area, what we can look at is that all the time the RSI will head back up inside of the purple area. Once it does so, the price action of basic attention token will be very likely to go up as well. So that's very important. And if we take a look at where we are, we saw over here on the RSI that we were on the overbought area, and once it does so, after that we see a trend towards the downside being created, and that's exactly what happened on this part of the chart on the basic attention token chart. So that's why I personally think that momentum towards the upside will be created once we go underneath the dotted line on the RSI, and that's also why I think will be a level that we have to keep monitoring during the upcoming days if basic attention token stays in between these two levels of support and resistance, and maybe even creating a momentum switch on the RSI by giving us a bullish or bearish divergence. But for this moment, I'm personally quite happy that it stayed above the 200-day moving average, and this shows a lot of strength on the basic attention token chart. So for now, thank you very much for watching this video, and once again I want to tell you that if you like the content, do not forget to subscribe to this channel and even like that bell notification if you did subscribe. So thank you very much and peace out.